Many of people are tripping right now. New terms of NBA 2K24. Shaking my head. It might be time to say goodbye to that game. Now,
going on is that 2K is going to have every 2K player sign a new TOS. You guys are going to have to go through new terms of service agreement, and you have to accept these new terms. Otherwise, you cannot play 2K. I'm going to pull up the image right now, and you guys are going to see it says terms of service update. Our legal terms are changing on February 28th, 2024. You must accept our new terms in order to play after February 28th, 2024. Now, here's where things get kind of sketchy, y'all. Section 15 starts out with the title Mandatory Arbitration. And I need you guys to really hear me out here. It says here, this agreement contains a mandatory arbitration clause and a waiver of class action and jury trial rights for all users residing in the United States and any other territory other than Australia, Switzerland, the United Kingdom, or the territories of the European Economic Area. For covered users, unless you opt out via the process in Section 15, you will be bound by the arbitration agreement, which means that you and Take-Two will be required to resolve any dispute subject to the limited expectation. Other type.
Alright. Shout out to my guy Alt City. 2K just saying a whole bunch of nothing in that shit. Let's see what the few comments say. There's probably a big lawsuit coming their way. They basically are saying if you want in that lawsuit, you will no longer play the game. 2K execs so effing greedy. It's all about the money for them. It sucks they have a monopoly on the market and don't give a fuck actually about it. I'm trying to I don't want to say none of the curse words. Actually being the best game possible. Y'all know this is for Take-Two games, not just 2K, right? So like GTA coming soon. Yes. Alright, now 2K is such in a state where it's just the game right now. It's fun. We in the times right now anyway in the world where it's good to talk about drama or problems that they see in a sense like that, or things that may need work or fixing. And when I sit back and I get out of a bias, that's what it really looks like. You know, you're gonna have some people who still have their fan bases who watch them, because I would definitely love if people watch my gameplay and enjoy my NBA 2K gameplay. If they actually like watching gameplay, not being forced, you know what I mean? And this is the same thing, y'all. When we get this terms of service agreement, this is the same shit that when you first signed in on 2K, you probably signed it and you didn't even pay attention. It's the same thing how people they say they go up in the industry and they get 360 deals or whatever the case is because they wasn't looking at the contract. You've been signed something. Like, let's say if you did try to sue 2K later down in the future, we all been signed something when we first hopped on 24. Each year we get that terms of service agreement that pops up and it's there and you click it and you click yes and you just go fast to hurry up to get to the game. Don't y'all realize it? Nobody sits there and reads that, but that's it right there. They always have stuff like protection for themselves. They're $1 billion company. You think that they're gonna leave themselves? It's just like this, right? I got a kingdom castle. I got a big kingdom castle and I have the best castle in the world. You don't think there's gonna be somebody that's gonna try to infiltrate the castle or try to, or you always have to be prepared. So they're always going to have these things. This is just a new service upgrade, and we're in new times now, so there's going to be new rules being made, new things coming into play. So when people are like pushing this towards a damn man, it's time to leave that game, it lets me know we in a times where people just really about the drama. When you get on 2K, are you on there just to hoop? Aren't you on there just to hoop? I feel like I said again, they've made this game harder, and there's things that I feel like what they're lacking is this is what made the game 100%, where it's like people are shying away from it because it's just becoming meta based, where it's only a few moves. Back then, when whatever dribbling system, I don't care what people are talking about. Let me go to it. 17 in this type of gameplay, there were more diverse ways a player could move. Even going into the newer 2Ks, like not 18, but 19, 20, 21, that diversity was still there. That gave the game, like, people their own individual identities. Now when you're playing a game and everybody's doing the same move, everybody's having the same build with the lockdown, it doesn't no longer come down to real IQ, real skill, real balancing of, oh, you just have that blend well with your build. You know, it's people are making an interceptor, stand and dunk. This is the simple stuff, and playing a set meta way, that's what's killing the 2K game. Because it's a certain gap. Once you get to a certain comp, it's a certain gap. You realize it once you see the builds they have, once you feel how the gameplay goes. And if you're really not skillful, people ain't gonna like it. I get it. The way you used to be able to hop step from left to right, the certain things that they just took away mechanic wise in 2K. Like when you used to be able to just tap, what was it, just X, I think? Yeah, you just do the hop step. And your player would do the little hop step, and then you could go to the left to right. It's just little things that they took away from the game has made people slowly decrease in liking the game, because they're trying to evolve their game. And when I look at that, it's the same way I look at when people are like, man, Jordan, man, that old days Jordan, or the older players will dust the newer players because it's a software error. There's literally people that believe that 100%. Please comment down in my comment section to show people, like, it's proof that I know it's people that believe that. Yeah, the Jordans, they better than this. Jordan's better than LeBron. And when I really sit back and I say I get back into that space where I'm not being biased, I'm looking like, okay, damn, that generation is just clinging to what was great in their generation, and the newer generation is just going to cling to what is great in their generation. It's always that little separation gap that comes up, and that's what's playing out right now in 2K. And honestly, it's in a weird way. It's like in a reverse way. And here, it's saying that's not facts. There's more old heads who actually like 24, and I have a lot of old heads as my fan base, like as my content, like people that watch, and my demographic, all that. It's a lot of older heads who actually like 24 in the newer games, and the way 2K is trying to go with their realistic IRL. Yes, they still need to bring back better stuff, like a different park scenario. They got this little Zeus, Pegasus park, octopus. Like, nah, dog, we don't want to be in that. They should have bring back the Ballers the River. Like what we're seeing now, just high tech. The court's actually looking like hardwood flooring. You know, like the detail to this. It's like we got the arcadey version of the Ballers and stuff like that. We didn't get the high tech PS5, PS4 version, which we all, certain ways you could move, certain ways you could do certain things that was just different. If they would have expanded on that, the ankle breakers, the ankle breakers was so balanced to me in their old way. I don't know what they did. Like it wasn't like it was unfair or unjustified. You know, they have to go back to that type of whatever science they use to balance the game. They have to go back to that and add from there. Yeah, there was things that was cheesy back then. It looked glitchy, but it's just certain ways of mechanics that we understand that, yeah, they can add on to that and make that look different with their new technology now. But for people to make it seem like there's some crazy big, all new terms, 2K, we're all so important. Oh my God, they're making us all sign a contract. We all damn signed that damn little contract, virtual contract, when we hopped on the game this year. You couldn't play the game if you didn't do that. When you sign into 2K, you gotta accept that terms, the email, and do all that. Yes or no? Right, I don't know why. Like, it's like, damn. And I see why they look at us as a joke. That's why I cannot wait till my fan base just grows, because I'm gonna put the right spotlight onto what we really want, what we really need, and how to get the message across to them. When we like coming up with the terms of service and making it seem like, oh, that's why we stopping to play the game now, it's another thing. Oh, it's trash, 2K, let's forget it. They're my player, your player. Man, nobody's even going to go to the extent of suing them to that certain level. That's deeper than what people think and what people can even understand. So, like, see that little cross? Like, there was so many moves back then people just used for their own comfort. This is what we need to go and talk to them about getting back to. Not the rewards. That's something we gotta let that go. It's a natural certain feel, an environment. It's a few things that they have to add to the game too, as war like leveling up, repping up, and stuff like that. But they gotta scratch the whole reward thing to me, in my opinion. Just scratch the whole thing. Not saying don't bring it back in. I'm talking about scratch all the ideas they have and bring in something totally new that is gameplay wise. I've been said it. Ben said they need to go down that route, so there's some individuality at the end of the game, uniqueness. Players had unlocked their own type of Kobe sleeve, something that helped them up, repped up a certain attribute, and players can get a little faster over time. Man, come on, it's the only route to go. It's like somebody having their own living room set up. Everybody got a living room, right? But it said he got his own way. He got it set up inside the living room, right? You see what I'm saying? They have to do that instead of having where we all got the same thing and we all got to just try to look at it differently, but we all got the same thing. The Jamal Murray move, people doing the same thing. The Magic Johnson, people just abusing that. No, why couldn't it be like somebody abusing that own move of his? Somebody abusing that own move of his. And 24 is like that, but it's like the way the devs have made the game, nobody chooses to go with that. They're just going to choose to stay with certain moves. Nobody's going to choose to go with the other moves. Because in reality, it's not. Those other moves that they're clinging on are a little bit more powerful. You know, it's those things. That's the big problem that's in the game now. You can have it where somebody's diverse and they got and it's all different types of bags. And I feel like the game is going towards that way. Don't get me wrong. Don't think I'm just here rambling and ranting. It's going towards that way. Just like I said, it takes time. It's like they people too, you know. So hit that like, subscribe, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. Like I said, there's nothing to trip about. You already signed the contract in the beginning. That should denounce this whole thing. All right, y'all hit that like, subscribe. I'll see y'all.